What is up, masters? Jason here. So currently the crypto market is still in extreme fear, but go figure, we expect that. Things have been very bearish lately. Now at this moment, Cardano is the only cryptocurrency that is showing any sort of bullishness as far as the way that people are investing into it. It's also the only cryptocurrency out of the top cryptocurrencies that is really moving in the green at this moment, up more than any other top cryptocurrency out there over these last 7 days. I mean, looking over at coinmarketcap.com, Cardano is the only cryptocurrency that is up actually double digits over these last 7 days. So that really says something. I mean, you look at the top cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin isn't even up a single percent in the last 7 days, but Cardano is up more than 16% at the time that I'm making this. Now let's dive into what is going on with Cardano. So as we do, if you don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or gently press that like button to help me out with the algorithm, help spread the content to more people that might find it interesting, and subscribe if you have not already. And speaking of subscribing, about 10% of you guys that watch these videos are actually subscribed. So please do consider subscribing. New content coming out all the time. Now let's get to it. So looking at ADA zoomed in here, over this last week and a half, what we've managed to do is we've managed to keep the price of ADA above the 20-day moving average. So this is really good to be able to be above that, to start crossing these lines here, and it's to start working our way up to that 50-day moving average, the EMA 50-day, I should say. So right now, the price of ADA is working on trying to go over that 50-day moving average, which has a lot of resistance at that, which we've seen it also test that back in May 30th when the Cardano rally at that time had really starting to move along there. And so we know that there's a lot of resistance to that 50-day moving average. But the nice thing is that right now it's managing to hold above the price of 60 cents, which was another area that there was a bit of issue with. Now, something really interesting that Cardano is doing right now is that it's not really following what Bitcoin is doing, which this is great because this is something that we needed to see, because it was so consistent seeing Cardano follow so tightly along with Bitcoin, which of course Bitcoin still has a lot of influence on what the price of ADA is doing. But when we look over at the volume activity and we look at the up days and the down days here, we're having more up days than we are with Cardano than we are with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is now, of course, still a big influence on the price of Cardano, but to see Bitcoin down and Cardano up, then this is telling us something. This is something big, and this is telling us that people are going very bullish on Cardano right now. Now, a poll shared in a tweet by London Rail saying, which crypto are you holding most in the bear market? There is a surprisingly large number of people saying that they're holding Cardano, where Bitcoin had 11% of the votes, Ethereum had 5% of the votes, Cardano was 76.9% of the votes, and other 7.1%. And there were over 8,800 votes on this so far. So this is just telling us that people are very bullish on Cardano right now and holding on to it, expecting the price to continue rallying here. And you can't be really surprised by that, because this is the only cryptocurrency really, as far as the top 10 go, that is making some big moves at this moment. And this is great that people are holding on to it now, because there was so much selling off that had happened during the time after the Vasil Hard Fork, and it's just been consistently dropping since the beginning of September of 2021. Now, things are starting to change. When we look at the falling wedge that it's been on, and we look at how the price would trend sideways, and then it would start dipping more, then it would trade sideways and dip more. And we had consistent false breakouts within the price of ADA. And now what we're looking at something a bit different. We're not seeing it, continue to trend sideways and then fall down, and then trend sideways and fall down like we were seeing it do during this whole falling wedge. Now we're seeing it trend sideways and then trend up. So this could be the possibility that we did reach that bottom when the price had hit that 40 cent price back on May 12th. It's just a possibility. I mean, of course, nothing's 100% sure what's going on here, but this is what I'm thinking. This is where I'm at with it. I'm thinking that we already saw the bottom on May 12th, and I think that now we're just trending upwards, because this is kind of a slow trend upwards too. Even though we're seeing some large price movements, and in comparison to how much the price of ADA has dropped over these last 6-7 months, this is nothing in comparison to that. So there's, in my opinion, there's a lot of potential for a lot of gains here, but how much is it going to go up? That's the big question there. Now, of course, I don't have a crystal ball, so if I make a prediction, it's just basically a fancy way of saying I'm making a guess. Now, if I was to guess, where would the price of Cardano go by the end of June as the Vasil Hard Fork rolls out on the mainnet, then I would say that maybe we might see the price go all the way up to $1. And I'm going to say that for a reason, and I'm going to show you guys why I think that. Because seeing how we've been trading along this 20-day moving average, trading above it, and now we're seeing resistance here at the 50-day moving average. I think when we finally break through that 50-day moving average, which we're really working on that 65-cent price, and we work our way up to that 100-day moving average, which is going to be about a price of about 80 cents. After we break through that, then we're basically going to be looking at $1 being that magic number. And I think that if we were to work our way all the way up to that 200-day moving average, then that might be the biggest area of resistance that we're going to get to. $1, I think, is a real possibility that this rally could take us all the way up there. Now, no guarantee what's going to happen, of course, but if we were to hit that $1 200-day moving average, I would say that's a really nice rally that it would go on. And I would think that we could probably hit that by the end of June. But that's just my opinion, not advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But that's what I'm thinking. That's my play here. Now, I think that after we do touch that, there would be probably a good amount of resistance that we're going to see. You have to expect that. You have to expect that there's going to be a large amount of profit taking, because that's just the name of the game. People are invested into this for profit taking to all make money. So who knows what's going to happen there, because some people like to trade, get in, get out, and then some people are in it for the long haul. So $1 price prediction is where I think that this rally is going to go with the Vasil Hard Fork rally here. So this is just a temporary thing. I think that we would definitely see some pullback to happen afterwards. Now, if we were to see some price movements with Bitcoin, then I'd say we could easily possibly see it go even higher than that $1 price. But this is just what the price of Cardano can do without so much influence with Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin was to turn around and start going down much more than where it has been recently, then the whole thing could change. Then we could just see the price of ADA dropping more with that. That's a real possibility as well. But given the catalyst with the Vasil Hard Fork, and given that all the other cryptocurrencies have pretty much just been trading sideways, moving up, moving down, and being very consistent with that in mind, I think that $1 price prediction is within reason of being able to see it happen. But anyways, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions about this. Do you guys agree, disagree? What do you guys predict that we're going to be seeing the price of ADA going to during this current rally that we're in right now? I'd like to know. So with that being said, please like, share, comment, subscribe. New content coming out all the time. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I'll see you all in the next one coming very soon.